Hey y'all, Blake Guy here. Today I'm going to be reviewing and talking about my crucarta micarta Paramilitary 2. I've had this knife for a while. I got this for Christmas, and when I asked for it, my parents decided to get it engraved, which is really nice. Just last name there. It's okay. I would have preferred it not to have it, but it is alright. I just oiled it and cleaned it. You can see the micarta is nice and fresh with, of course, some oil from me putting oil on the blade. But yeah, I've been really happy with this knife. I've carried a lot since I've got it. When I first got it, I put on this Lynch Northwest clip from Blade HQ. I love the donut theme, and I think it goes really well with the brown and the pink. And yeah, as you can see, I've put tons of wear, tons of scratches on this. I think it looks really good. Carries great in the pocket. You know, if you're wearing like really light shorts, it's maybe not the best because it's a 4-ounce knife, but it's really not too bad with anything else. And between this and my Manix 2, which I don't have on hand right now, they're what I carry the most. Like I said, I just cleaned it, tuned up the action, just barely dropped shut. Perfect detent. I'm a huge fan. This is my first really nice everyday carry pocket knife. You may have seen my Benchmade 51 Battle Song review. That thing is really nice and is more expensive than this, but it's not really an everyday carry, kind of just a collector's item. Few notes on the setup. I think I've got it figured out. I've got a light over here. I don't know if you can see, but the lighting's a lot better. Got some decorations. I think the carpet is going to be where I'm going to be at for now. But yeah, just talking about one of my favorite knives. You know, it comes and goes in phases, but this time when I got into knives, I really decided I want a Spyderco. And what better knife to start with than the Paramilitary 2 is my first ever Spyderco, and I couldn't be happier with it. I think it looks really cool with the full steel liners. People complain about this little micarta like hanging over here. It moves, but it really doesn't make that big of a difference to me, and I really like how micarta looks and feels. If it gets really loaded up, like kind of up here with oil and just like grease from your hands and stuff, it can get a little bit slick, but that's not too big of a deal. Lanyard hole, I don't really use lanyards, but it's there if you want it. 4-way pocket clip, all that great stuff. Just what you love from Spyderco. The crew wear is really nice. Crew wear, I said that in a really weird way, is really nice. I'm not too, I mean, I know about steels and stuff. I can't do all like the chromium and molybdenum, carbon, all that stuff, like the percentages of it, but you know, I know enough about them, and I'm a big fan of crew wear. It stays sharp, and it stays really sharp for a while, and then it just kind of gets dull. It doesn't have that like working edge as much as some other steels do, like my S110V, which I really want to do a video on that because I feel like it's an underappreciated steel. Crucarta, USA Earth. I love this knife. It's super comfortable. It's even better than the G10 because my micarta is softer, and I feel like it's maybe just from use, but the corner's a bit more rounded. Super comfortable. People say the compression lock is a hot spot. It is not a hot spot at all in my hands. I've used this for some, you know, whittling and harder woodworking tasks. But yeah, it's just been great. I'm a really big fan of this knife. I've been thinking about getting a Military 2, the larger version. Either just the all black plain one with the G10 S30V, or the Assault version, because I'm really interested in how that G10 feels. And of course Magna Cut, which people love. I haven't tried it out. I've heard it's great, but yeah, I'm a big fan of this knife. One thing I want to say is I've started to oil the blade because I was doing some food prep and maybe not, you know, washing the blade and kind of just wiping it off, and I got a little bit of rust spots. I got those off pretty easy with some baking soda and some water, but I don't know if you can still see any. I think I got them all pretty good. It's not started to patina, which I really love how a patina looks, but just those very light little rust spots, and I got some of the jimping too. I tried to get all that. I started to oil it. Right now it's just using the knife oil. I use the KPL Heavy, which is great for the detent. I love KPL Heavy. Um, but I know it's not exactly food safe, so if anyone has experience with the Montana Knife Company blade wax, let me know, because that is what I've seen and what I would be interested in using. Um, Another note on patina and non-as stainless steels is this knife that I got from my work. I've only worked for like 2 days now, and they give it to me. When I started, it was a cheap little produce knife. Um, as you can see, it is not stainless. It is their proprietary deck steel, which is basically a higher carbon, like 420 HC or whatever, similar to what Buck uses, but not exactly the same. I could be completely wrong about that, but I would just put some mustard on and try to put a cool tiger stripe pattern like you see on the, of course it slips my mind, the Protex. Is it not the, no, it's not the Protex, it's the S&Gs, like the Strider. Yeah, mixed Strider. I was thinking of the Protex Strider thing. But as you can see, this side didn't turn out so well, and I scratched the blade. I got it a little too shallow, but that's okay. It's a work knife. And I like it. It makes it mine. And they're like, hey, what's that on your knife? Like, oh, I did that. It's kind of a cool little deal. I like it a lot. The sheath is weird. The sheath is like way too big, because you look, when I put it in there, it only goes to here. So there's just all this extra bit like hanging off there, and I don't even know why I don't know why they did that either, because this part just scrapes it up right here. But like I said, it's mine, and it works pretty good. This knife is pretty thin. It's hard to tell if it's a hollow or a flat. I feel like, I don't know how well that's gonna focus. I feel like it's a little hollow, but that might be wrong. I mean, it is thin behind the edge. It is really thin. So it's a great slice here. It works for what I need it to work for. And yeah, I just wanted to mention this. And like I said, now that I'm working, I will be making money, and I will be able to afford to buy knives. Which, oh my goodness, you can't be serious. Is that? No. I thought I lost the rivet there. But, yeah, like I said, the military 2, I'm very interested in. I don't have any bigger, like 4-inch folding knives. Very interested in that, but it's like, why do I need that if I have this? You know what I mean? Like, that'd be a great knife to have someday, but I'm super happy with this. And, I've been looking at another job as like a diesel mechanic, which I think would be really interesting. I worked on cars a little bit, and I've got the opportunity, hopefully, to do a part-time diesel mechanic and work at my other job. And this is the knife that I'm gonna use. I definitely need some blade oil, because I know there can be some corrosive stuff. I looked it up, but I'm looking forward to how the micarta performs, and how the compression lock does in that environment, because it's been great. I've got some great dirt in the action, and I just cleaned it out just today, actually. And yeah, it's working great. I'm a really big fan of this knife. Just a classic PM2, and the best part about it is I got this on a Black Friday sale, or Cyber Monday, whatever it was, $174, which is, I mean, it's a great deal. This knife's like, what, like $220, $230 now? So yeah, 174 is a heck of a deal for this knife, and it ended up being about 200 even with the pocket clip. But I really recommend these pocket clips. I like them a lot more than just the basic standard Spyderco spoon clip. I can't really think of anything else to say. I mean, this is like a great one and done knife. Does it mean I'm not going to get more knives? No, I'm definitely going to get more knives. But yeah, I'm really happy with this knife, and I definitely recommend it to anybody. The new PM2 lightweight, I'm interested in that. I'm waiting for them to come out with the salt version of MagnaCut. But I've heard great things about that BD1N steel. I want to try it out myself. It seems like a good option if you don't mind FRN. And I know it has 2 washers instead of just one, like the Para 3 lightweight. So if, blade centering and all that, this thing is a little bit to the right, it looks like. But that doesn't bother me. It doesn't matter how, it doesn't affect how the knife cuts. And, the geometry on this thing's pretty good too. It's not crazy laid back, but I feel like it's a little bit more than it was from factory, just from my sharpening skills. But I like that, and crew wear is a tougher steel, can maintain a lower edge angle, I believe. The tip is not as pokey as it once was, but that is just from general use and, you know, drilling into wood and stuff just for fun. But, you know, this knife has really helped me realize the kind of buy once, cry once, except I buy a lot of things and then I end up, you know, crying a lot, but that's all right. But yeah, it's really helped me realize, you know, buy quality tools. Like, you know, a cheap knife, I'm not dissing on cheap knives. I mean, I like them. I'm really interested in the bird line. I think the bird line would be interesting to try out. Maybe make a video on one of these days. But there's just something about it. It's like I'm kind of getting off topic here, but I drive an older work truck, this older Toyota Tacoma, and you know, it's got scratches, it's got dents, it's got dings, but it works and it has character, and I'm not scared to scratch it or beat it up. And as I've gotten more used to using this knife, you know, my card has worn in a little. Of course, you can clean it off, but it still wears. And you know, I've scratched up the blade just a little. There's a little ding right there. If you can see that, yeah, right there, you can see that little ding. But I'm not scared to use it, and that's what I think I like most about this knife, is that it is a user and it works great. And just, I'm a huge fan of this knife. If I had to only have one knife, it would probably be this one, and then if it was only two, it'd probably be this and a fixed blade. But yeah, huge fan of this knife. I highly recommend it to anyone. You know, if you don't want to drop $220 on this, I really recommend the pair 2 lightweight, pair 3 lightweight. But yeah, this is a great knife. And remember, y'all, take it easy.